Hello everyone, warm welcome on the new episode of Health is Well. Schools have started opening up and we all have become a little more hopeful that things will be normal soon. But still, somewhere, all the parents are concerned about safety of our children. Hence, on Gen X Parenting, we thought of inviting an expert pediatrician, Dr. Neeta Jagat, who can guide us about the precautions that we should take as far as the physical health of the children is concerned and also the emotional well-being of our children because they are about to undergo a drastic change. Dr. Neeta Jagat is a practicing pediatrician since 32 years. But in addition to medicine, she is a EQ trainer certified by Equip Kids India and a national trainer for promotion of emotional intelligence in children by Indian Academy of Pediatrics. She is actively conducting several workshops on parenting with emotional intelligence for parents. Hello ma'am, thanks for giving us time today.
Namaste and greetings to all.
So ma'am, as you know that education system has undergone a drastic change because of the COVID lockdown and now the government is about to reopen the schools. But on the other hand, each one of us is extremely apprehensive about it. So as a pediatrician, what is your guidance to the parents as far as the COVID spread through in-person schooling is concerned?
That's a very important question, Leena. Now that COVID cases are declining steadily, our government has declared to reopen the schools. I can completely understand the concern of parents and school authorities, teachers, everyone. But of course, the schooling in person cannot be overlooked in front of everything what is going on. There are lots of studies which have shown that there is a limited transmission of COVID if all the precautions like wearing masks, avoiding overcrowding in the schools and maintaining social distancing and maintaining the ventilation in the classroom is taken care of. And again, in present scenario, since the vaccination coverage is increasing and there are lots of people who are seropositive now, so the transmission rate or the spread of COVID may be much less. Task Force has given a few recommendations for the schools and school authorities. So one of them is continue to maintain the COVID safety precautions in the school whenever children go back to school and reassure that all the staff in the school is completely vaccinated. Even children should be made aware of COVID safety protocol, that is wearing a mask, maintaining social distances and hand hygiene should be prevented. Avoid lift and air conditions and those children who can walk to school should be walking to avoid crowding in the buses. The lunch break should be staggered. Attendance should be at the 50% capacity and the number of hours in the school which are recommended by task force is 4 hours. They should have alternate day schooling, one day online, one day offline and schedule should be made accordingly. Especially parents should ensure that their children take bath immediately as soon as they come back from school and they should also watch them for following symptoms like fever, cough, cold, loose motions, vomiting, breathlessness, decreased activity, decreased urine output and lethargy. So in that case, if any of these symptoms you notice or see, then immediately consult your pediatrician and child should not be sent to school. Parents should ensure that they are also vaccinated completely and even their household like servants, their drivers, all those who take care of their children should also be vaccinated completely. And if any child suffers COVID or any family member suffers COVID, the child should not be sent to school.
COVID is one obvious fear, but as far as other infectious diseases are concerned, can we expect a surge, especially with the younger population, as their immunity is not yet developed? And as a pediatrician, what would be your recommendation to the parents?
So you are absolutely right, Leena. In case of young ones, the immunity is not yet developed till they are 4 to 5 years of age. And also whenever there is a change of season, the viruses and bacteria in the environment, they are on the rise. So during this season, like October, September, these are the months when there is less, the rainy season is ending and it's warmer during this time. So obviously these viral and bacterial infections like typhoid, malaria, dengue, chikungunya, chickenpox, all these infections will be on the rise. So hence, along with COVID hygiene measures, a child's nutrition, physical activity, hygiene, all these things have to be taken care of. And in case the vaccines of these children are postponed due to a pandemic, then the parents should go and visit their pediatrician along with the vaccination chart, and whatever vaccines have been postponed should be completed before the school starts, because they are going to protect their children long way from so many diseases.
As a pediatrician, along with ensuring physical health, your focus has always been ensuring the emotional well-being of the child also. Children are set to re-enter the school environment after almost 2 years. Some of them may be going to school for the first time also. So, what are the challenges that you foresee, and what would be your guidance to the parents?
You have raised a very important question, Leena. Now that there are so many children who are going to school after good 2 years, and there are some of them who have not been to school at all. They'll be going to school for the first time. At the same time, even parents are going for work in person. So it is likely that these emotional problems can be missed. So how to identify and what to expect? So these children are expected to have separation anxiety, then inertia of going to school, laziness, they don't want to go, fear. So all these things, even the stress of exams, stress of the new system, they may suffer from lack of concentration for long hours of schooling, which they have not done in such a long time. Because of the longer screen time for these 2 years, some of the children, or maybe little bigger children, they could be having eye problems and they could be having obesity. There are so many children who have been having obesities, and that would lead them to low self-esteem. There are few children who are anxious of going to school, and these are the children who will be scared of going to school, and some of them can have panic attacks. So as parents, let us help our children in understanding what they are going through, understanding what their emotions are. It may be, suppose, fear, anxiety, and maybe we said laziness, inertia, boredom. All these things have to be always accepted. Because these children are going through these emotions. So it is always better that we accept these emotions, we validate, because all emotions are valid. Of course, not their behavior. So we need to address what their behavior is, we accept it, then we explain children how to go about it, how to find a solution to these issues by giving them choices, but not giving them any ready-made solutions. Even COVID task force has recommended that in first 15 days when children go to school, the cognitive or the academic should not be stressed so much, and allow these children to first settle in the school and then start with actual academics. And whenever necessary, whenever you feel it is necessary and at parent level you cannot handle, don't hesitate to take professional help.
And lastly, ma'am, everyone is talking about the ill effects of COVID on children. But is there any silver lining to this situation also?
In a dreaded pandemic, it has affected children very badly in terms of their education, their sociability, their development, their nutrition, and their relationship skills. But at the same time, we also noticed stronger bonding with parents and children together, because all of them have stayed home, which they never got a chance earlier. Now it was too satisfying to know how children adapted so well to wearing masks, hand hygiene, and keeping a social distance. So we all know in past also children have adapted to new changes in their lives, to newer exam patterns, newer education systems, and newer schools, newer environments. And I'm sure the lessons of adaptability and flexibility which COVID has given, these children will really do very well in their future. They will adapt to any changes in their environment.
Thank you so much for this insightful discussion, ma'am. And this has indeed given me a lot of confidence to send my children to school and take care of their physical as well as emotional well-being. In addition to the questions that we discussed today, if the listeners have any queries, feel free to write it to us in our comments, and I'm sure ma'am will help us through it. Thank you.
Sure, Lina. Thank you very much for this platform.